I mean, be clear. Like, there's always options in life, you know? Like, if you don't like something, you don't have to listen to it. If you don't like something, you don't have to watch it. You don't, like, have to watch it. Shout out to Axl Rose. I'm a diehard Guns N' Roses fan. It's one of my favorite bands, one of my favorite rock groups. I had a chance to listen to Axl. I didn't see Axl or Guns N' Roses a few years ago in San Diego because I was bartending the event. But I heard his voice. His voice was amazing. Like, belted every single note. Sounded crystal clear. Sounded just as good as he's always sounded. I got this t-shirt. This is not like a Forever 21 situation. I am an actual Guns N' Roses fan. Use Your Illusion 1 and 2 are my favorite albums. I like Spaghetti Incident quite a bit. And I'm looking forward to collaborating one day with Axl Rose, with Guns N' Roses. And maybe Slash can teach me the guitar. But music will always be my thing. Music will always be number one for me. I will be consistently creating music in every avenue of it. It makes my life very fun and very, very, very exciting. I love this music life. I wouldn't trade it in for anything. I've met some incredible musicians along my journey. People who have tremendous gifts and talents in various categories. Tremendous, incredible dancers, instrumentalists, people who, can sing better than me, dance better than me, rap better than me. It's a humbling experience, but it's also very cool when you find some people that you can connect with, that you can learn from, and that you vibe with, and you can make beautiful music together. And so, right underneath music, not really right underneath music to be completely candid, a few steps below music, because I would invest more time into it if it was as important to me as my music. My music is something that is extremely important to me. But this health and wellness thing is something that it's not new to me. I was exposed to the lifestyle. So we'll structure this conversation kind of past, present, and future. I was exposed to the lifestyle during the summertime when I used to go visit my father, who had relocated to Atlanta. And this was the very first time that I ever met the plant-based vegan community. And we're talking, over 20 years ago. I became acquainted with a plant-based lifestyle, and went to this place. First time that I fell in love with vegan food was at Kuji Chakalia. I don't know if it's still standing, but it was one of the only vegan restaurants in Atlanta at that time. It's called Kuji Chakalia, which is one of the, I believe, pillars of Kwanzaa, and the food was just delectable. And I said, I after that experience, I went ahead and I became a vegetarian when I was in middle school for a brief period of time, and then I went back to eating meat because my mom's culture, the African culture. I think that if I was a betting woman, I would say that Africa would be the slowest growing continent. And I don't know. I'm just talking right now. I have no data to back this up, but I would say that probably Africans will be the last to really catch on to the plant-based wave because from my observation, Africa loves meat. And, one thing I love about East African cuisine is that there are a lot of vegetarian options. But when you go to Ethiopia, be clear, I've never been, but Ethiopian food, I'm in little Ethiopia here in DC. It's all about the meat. They eat a lot of raw meat. It's all about the meat, the injera and the meat and things like that. So Africans love meat. Generally speaking, I'm like one of the only people in my family on my mother's side who's I think the only one who's plant-based. They all love meat. They eat steak, beef. They eat lamb. They wear fur. They say that these teeth are for the purpose of eating meat. And so, I do stick out like a sore thumb in a certain sense. But I'm a pioneer in a certain sense. I do not believe, from my observation currently, right? So the past was, Atlanta was where I found this plant-based lifestyle. I was going to seminars with raw foodists who were making these delicious meals, all raw food. And I got exposed very early on to the fact that raw food, vegan food, can be very actually tasty. And so the seed was planted that it was such a good experience with the plant-based lifestyle that I grew a seed that I was not turned off by it, which is why I gravitated towards it eventually. Present, people may observe and say that the plant-based thing is just too much. Like, I mean, we've got so many plant-based restaurants. We've got food trucks for days. It seems like beyond impossible. There's so many people that are on this plant-based wave. But here's the thing about the vegan lifestyle. I don't come from a scarcity mentality, and I understand that there are plant-based chefs who do keep their eyes open for other people that are in the health and wellness field, because they're looking at their competition, and that's the mentality that they have. I don't think and that's business. But I don't think that there's an overpopulation or oversaturation of it, because it is the fastest growing culinary community. So out of all of the lifestyles, the meat eaters, the vegetarian, whatever, all of the pescatarians, all of the different culinary lifestyles, the plant-based community is the fastest growing one. So when we talk about the future, I'm not going to talk about all of my ideas, because I have a lot of them. I have a lot of them, which is why I don't look at other people in the health and wellness lifestyle as my competitors, because I don't run out of ideas. I have a surplus of them, but I'm being a little bit more selective and understanding that I can monetize these things. And it behooves you to build a relationship with me, because we can build a relationship that is mutually beneficial. And I say that very confidently, because I have watched many of the things that I spoke about come into fruition with the people who had the means to make it happen. So I'm a little bit more selective about sharing my ideas and who I share my ideas with, and sometimes I'm not. Because I have a very abundant mentality. I have no fear of the abundance that awaits me, the prosperity that awaits me, and the extraordinary success that awaits me, and neither should you. We live in a world of abundance, and we should purge our lack and scarcity mentality and understand that there's more than enough to go around. Now, from my observation, I'm not going to get too personal about it, but there are people who resonate on a frequency of lack, and for them there's not enough to go around. For them, they have to grab crumbs, because they don't have the inspiration and the ideas and the creativity and all of these things that others do. Either way, so currently, no, I do not believe that it's an oversaturated field, because right now we're only speaking about food, but the health and wellness brand is far beyond food, far beyond food. The health and wellness plan bleeds into various categories when we talk about health and wellness. Of course, the culinary experience is definitely a thing. I have an extraordinary idea that I got after meditation that is so mind-blowing, that is something that I've never ever seen before, that I know that everyone would grab onto. This one idea that I have when it comes to food. But that's something that I will share with people who are looking to build a reciprocal relationship, a mutually beneficial relationship, and so we can make a killing with this one idea that I have. But the other ideas that I have, or the other lanes that I feel like are wide open, there's vegan cosmetics. I have another extraordinary lucrative idea in plant-based cosmetics that would change the game to the nth degree. It is sickening how crazy this idea that I have when it comes to plant-based cosmetics, because plant-based cosmetics are a thing. But the idea that I have when it comes to adding a specific element to the cosmetics is out of this world. So now we're talking about the future. I personally, being from the East Coast, being from the tri-state, sue me if you feel like this is wrong. I'm sorry to the people who PETA and all this stuff, but I like the look. I'm into, when I'm in New York, I gravitate towards the fashion district. when I had my internship in Chelsea, it was right by the meatpacking district, right by the fashion district. I haven't done it in a while, but I love, like when I was in Paris, like one of my favorite things that I did when I was over there was going to the garment district. It's so cool to me. We have like a very small one here in DC, but just like going, like looking for garments, like fabric shopping is like, I can't get enough of it. The past, on my dad's side, my grandmother Frances was a seamstress. She was, I believe it was Saks Fifth Avenue, the first of her kind of a seamstress. So I feel like it's part of my DNA. I got some crazy ideas when it comes to plant-based fashion. I'm from the tri-state. I'm from a very cold climate. Winter months is a whole thing for us. Fashion-wise, this is why I've been consistent in saying that fall fashion and winter fashion are the best seasons for fashion. To me, there's no comparison when it comes to spring and summer fashion versus fall and winter fashion. Because in the tri-state, because we're battling the winter elements, furs are very much a thing. Suede is very much a thing. Leather is very much a thing. And if you have a nice mink or you have like a nice fur, you are in where I'm from, that's popping. Always has been. A good suede jacket on a man is one of my weaknesses. I love a man in a good, when I used to work at Banana Republic, that was one of the things that I loved to do. I used to love to dress men. And Banana Republic always had great, affordable suedes and leathers for men. And frankly, I'm not put off by a man in some suede or leather pants. I don't think that that's too metro. I dig it. But that's a conversation for another day. So people will say, oh, well, how are you plant-based? And you're talking about fur. Aesthetically, it's fly. Aesthetically, it's nice, right? A rabbit fur hat, some sheepskin gloves, aesthetically. But as far as how it is woven into the plant-based lifestyle, it's not. All vegan leathers or all faux leathers are not created equally. There are some that look very good and there are some that look very cheap. So there's a lane for that. When we talk about hair care, nail care, there's a lane for that. No, I do not believe that the plant-based entrepreneurial community is oversaturated, because I can think of various lanes that are not being fully tapped into and explored. And I'm not going to get too deep into it as far as my ideas, because I know that these ideas are very profitable. My hair, when we talk about the health and wellness lifestyle, let me wrap this up. It is something that I can't, like, there are people that have, like, yeah, I've been a vegan for 30 years. I never wear fur. I'm anti this, I'm anti that. All my products are plant-based and that, they're really, really, like, committed to it. And I will get there one day. At where I'm currently right now, I'm not there yet. And it's not that I don't want to be there, but it's a process. So right now, with my health and wellness brand, what I'm growing is this health and wellness, this brand, this website that I've purchased. I have an LLC and things, but the environment that I'm currently in, or let's speak more generally, you must be in an environment that is conducive to your future. If you are in an environment, or you are, let's say you have a garden and you are surrounded by people who find joy in digging up the crops that you've planted, and you're spending time tending to that garden, growing the vegetables, and you have a rose bush, and you have all of these beautiful crops and vegetation and fruits that you're growing. And every night you have a neighbor that comes with a shovel that digs up those crops. You got a couple different options. You either kill that neighbor, like you get rid of them in some kind of way, if they're fixated on digging up your crops. they gotta go. Or you move. You move to another environment that is not just, that you're not just dealing with people who are digging up your crops, but you're actually dealing with people who are like, oh, I got fertilizer. That's what I do. I'm the fertilizer queen. Oh, I got the best, water. I got, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I got a tip for you. The sunlight is at the highest level at this time, and you may want to do, you know what I'm saying? That's a whole different ball game. When you are working on something and you have a whole community of people who shine in not just the way that you shine, but in a way that is gelling and harmonious and cohesive to the way that you shine. This is a team, and you get around people who have purged and have no inkling of a lack mentality. And when I tell you, you fly, you shine, because everybody is coming with the same attitude. There's not people that are competitive. There's not people who have a scarcity, lack mentality, who are overly obsessed with what somebody else is doing to take that away. Nah, man, like, you shine in your lane. That's the reason why I have no issue supporting all of you guys if your heart is in the right place. I have no issue supporting you vegan chefs if your heart is in the right place. I'm like, cool, you're furthering the lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? There's no lack going on internally. I don't look at anybody as a threat or competition. I'm looking forward very much to working with you and collaborating with you. So as far as certain things that I've put in place right now, the reason why people are like, well, here she goes and she's talking about it, but we haven't seen it. Yeah, there's a reason for that. But all of these things will come to fruition. And when we talk about balance and things like that, if your heart is in the right place, everything that's gotten stolen from you, there will be a surplus of abundance in that category, because that's just the way, that's just the law of equilibrium. That's the law of balance. So it's also up to you to put yourself in a conducive environment and around a community of people that will help foster your dreams. Last tentacle that I'm going to briefly talk about with this plant-based thing is hair care. So, the lifestyle, whatever, you don't have to be like me. I'm an adventurer. I love to ice skate. I used to ski and all these things. I'm very adventurous, hiking. I'm athletic. I dance. I do all these things. I've never been surfing before. I want to go surfing. I want to go jet skiing. These are things that I desire to do. I want to embody a lifestyle that I feel like is healthy. I've gone and gotten the Dominican blowout, and it's not, I would say, if you want to change your look and do a straight style, do the Dominican blowout over getting a perm, because perming is like killing your hair follicles. It's really damaging for your hair. A Dominican blowout I liked it because it was able to change my look as far as versatility. Dominican blowout gets your hair like bone straight, and you can change your look. And I understand from an aesthetic point of view, similar to the conversation about fur, from an aesthetic point of view, you have the flexibility to change your look. You don't have to always wear your hair kinky or nappy. But at the same time, when it comes to health and wellness, do not let your aesthetics be the barrier to your fun. Enjoy your life. Go surfing, go sailing, go jet skiing, like get your hair wet, you know what I mean? And don't ever, ever, ever let your aesthetics come in between you enjoying your life. And so health and wellness is you enjoying your life, right? And this is what we're here to do. We are the ambassadors to give you the okay to say, yes, you're allowed to be happy. Like, you're allowed to have fun. Like, you're allowed to actually enjoy your life. This is what we are here to do. And as health and wellness ambassadors, we're telling you that your health and wellness is at the forefront of you being able to enjoy your life. So the foods that you put in your body that are going to keep you here longer, that are going to keep you growing and evolving, that are going to keep you fortified and healthy, the vitamins that you're putting in your body, staying away from alcohol, being drug-free and all these things, these are the things that are going to give you vitality and make you happy. And I'm giving you the okay to be happy. You're allowed to be happy, all right? And there's no one in this earth that is allowed to tell you that you can't be happy. Being happy is a cool thing. So hair care, right? What I've observed within certain communities is this look of, even when we look at who has a platform, we look at who is elevated, straight hair is a thing, right? we wonder why. You know what I'm saying? Like, why isn't natural hair as much of a thing as it should be? Because natural hair is what is allowing you to also have a good time. So with this look, right? Because I wanted to kind of let you know about the versatility of natural hair. What it is I didn't cut my hair or anything like that. I still have the same length. It's twisties. I have twisties in right now. You can twist your hair up. Our hair is very, very versatile. If I were to, flat iron this, or if I were to go get a blowout, it would be straight hair, right hair. But I twisted it. I put some product in it, and I tied it down because I wanted to get a pixie look. This was something that was going to be versatile to me, and this was something that was going to be also along with the health and wellness lifestyle, where if I want to get my hair wet, if I want to do different activities, I don't have to, if I want to work out, go for a run, I don't have to worry. And imagine that. Imagine you wanting to go for a run. You wanting to go for a 5-mile run, 6-mile run, and thinking about, man, I'm going to sweat out my... That's a hindrance to your health and wellness, right? That's a hindrance to you getting the endorphins that are a part of working out. Working out isn't just a matter of getting a six-pack or getting fit. It's a matter of feeling good. So now you're letting your aesthetics get in the way of your health and wellness. So I wanted to share with you guys this style to say, if you wanted to do this style, it's twisties. Just twisties. You get some products, twist up your hair, and then with the versatility of our hair, you can do whatever you want with it. You can put it up in a ponytail, you could do a little pixie look like this, but you can still go on your run. You can still work out, you can still sweat, you can still wash it, and all of these things. So we will continue this health and wellness conversation, of course, and until next time, y'all, peace.